A casino streamer is someone who posts gambling content onto the internet, either by a live stream or video clips. In their posts, they use their own money to play online gambling machines. Most streamers do this to make money by being an affiliate and urging their watchers to join an online casino. If people join through the poster's affiliate links, then they receive a percentage of that person's losses. And going on the industry standard that 95% of players lose, then this can become quite a lucrative business when some casinos offer anything from 20 to 60% of the losses. A fake casino streamer is someone who does exactly the same thing but does not use real money. They have special deals with the casinos to deceive people into thinking that they are playing with real money, and they just use a kind of demo game that they are given special access to in the casino back end. By doing this, they don't risk their own money, but can still use the faked content to attract visitors in the hope those visitors will convert to casino sign-ups. The fact that they don't use real money means they can produce a lot of videos at very little cost, and they can attract bigger audiences by seeming to play on very high stakes. Because they are feigning playing with real money and using that content to deceive others, then they are actually committing a criminal act. They are actually committing fraud because they are making a false representation with intent to make a gain for themselves or another, to cause loss to another, or to expose another to risk of loss. Here's part of the law here. You can pause if you want to read it all. I'll just skip through for now. Remember, you can pause. And this is the most important section. Fraud by false representation, section 2. They have made a false representation with intent to make a gain for himself or another, to cause loss to another, or to expose another to risk of loss. I wonder how many people they have caused loss to or exposed to risk of loss to from their fraudulent behaviour. It is probably thousands. This is no small crime. But because these people carry out these crimes digitally, then they think they are above the law and they will get away with it. I mean, who can prove that their videos are fake? Well, that is very easy. Firstly, they would have left behind so many digital footprints of their criminal behaviour that it's like a thief doing a bank job with no gloves or mask. There are so many avenues these amateur criminals haven't considered. A prosecutor could have masses of evidence just through the obvious channels: mobile phone, emails, data. People don't realise that all these communications are stored for years, no matter if it's deleted from their email inbox or their mobile phone messages. And gaining access to these records is now standard procedure for law enforcement agencies. Secondly, it is mathematically impossible to play slots over extended periods without losing a lot of money, especially at the high stakes these people claim to be playing with. Just by the sheer amount of videos they produce and the stakes they claim to play at, then they should have easily lost tens of millions or hundreds of millions of pounds by now. A slot machine cannot lose. Every £100 it takes in, it gives back 96. The longer you play, the more you lose. It's a very simple equation. The illusion of winning only comes when that pattern of paying the 96% as a blip. There is not one single person in the whole world who can legally play slots and win over time. So the fact that they claim to have played for years at such stakes and have not lost vast sums of money is a crucial piece of evidence a prosecutor would use. And thirdly, and the most important one, if a criminal prosecution was to ever happen, the fake streamer would need to physically prove the paper trail to prove their innocence. So if they were regularly making these large deposits to online casinos and also taking out these huge winnings over many years as their online activity shows, then that should be very easy to prove. The main problem is, however, that the majority of these fake streamers are outside the UK, so it is up to the people of their country of residence to consult their relative laws and instigate proceedings. Here in the UK, though, there are still one or two people of particular interest that the East Midlands Crown Prosecution Service and Yorkshire and Humberside Crown Prosecution Service are being informed about. If they review the evidence and agree that a crime has been committed, then the next step would be to inform their local police stations and have them arrested and charged. If prosecuted and found guilty of this fraud, then not only could there be a lengthy prison sentence, but the Proceeds of Crime Act will also come into play, and they will be stripped of all assets they have accumulated from this crime. These things take time, however, so keep posted. These fake streamers may be sitting there thinking they are safe, everything is hard to prove, or they've done nothing wrong. But the reality is they should be sweating right now because the ball has started rolling. People are starting to ask questions and others are starting to look into the legality of their behaviour. But the law is clear on this. If they have been claiming to play for real money while not doing so, then they have made a false representation, and that representation has resulted in people having a financial loss or being exposed to a risk of a loss. The clock is ticking.